That is such a good shot from Siegemund, and now we just see Andreeva getting a little bit emotional.
We saw a fair few doubles from Andreeva at the start of this match. There were 4 in the opening 2 games, 2 service games that is. Haven't seen much dialogue between Andreeva and Conchita.
Right. Yeah. I'm curious if that's a conscious choice from Conchita. Obviously, would know the whole background story of why Andreeva's like feeling a bit emotional today, and maybe it's a conscious choice that she wants Andreeva to figure it out for herself. I feel like that could be a good tactic.
Again, everything right but the finish. It's a reaction we have seen time and time again today.
I think you could even hear from the way she was grunting how much effort she was putting in to try and get that ball past Siegemund. Credit to Siegemund.
You get the sense that's the case with Andreeva, which is why we talk about that A word, acceptance, so often. Yeah, so just again saying that Siegemund needs to play it.
It's okay, let's play now.
At her pace. So not the first to suggest this to Siegemund. As I say, I'm afraid to say, it's not a stat you want to hear. But that error is the 100th unforced error between. Can you believe it? Set the point up so well. How much do you think these emotions are affecting her game?
Yeah, I do.
In seeping into the shots?
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
The Siegemund fan club are happy.
All the big names are in this one in Wuhan. Iga Swiatek finishing up this morning. Emma Raducanu in a walkover. She loses this morning. Emma Navarro, I haven't checked on her to see how she's doing. Let me know in the comments who Siegemund is going to play next. Siegemund's most popular match is probably against Coco Gauff a couple of years ago. Remember this when she played her in the U.S. Open in the first round, and there was a time controversy with her serve, and Chris Everett and Patrick McEnroe were commentating a lot on this match. So it was really interesting there. But it's good to see Siegemund with the win. Mirra Andreeva not able to come out with this one. Very emotional, Mirra. Most emotional I've ever seen her on court, and she is an emotional player 60-70% of the time she loses. So I think she played in the China Open last week or a couple weeks ago, and she wasn't as emotional as she was in this one. So Conchita Martinez definitely was on court during this one and kind of gave her a little bit of coaching, but for the most part stayed quiet. So we wish her the absolute best and can't wait to see the Russian. She is qualified for doubles in WTA finals, but I don't think she's qualified yet for singles. So we'll see what happens there. WTA finals is about 2 or 3 weeks away. It'll be in Saudi Arabia again, I think for the second year in a row. And Aryna Sabalenka, of course, #1 player in the world, is qualified for that. She will be playing finally again her first match, I think tomorrow, since winning the U.S. Open. And cannot wait to see her. I was thinking about this earlier today or yesterday. I haven't seen a Sabalenka-Swiatek match in quite some time. Let me know in the comments if they've played this year in 2025. I don't think they have. It's been kind of a little bit of an up and down year for Swiatek, but she definitely got going after winning Wimbledon and is doing much better. Maybe it took a little bit of time for her to get on the same page with her new coach. Naomi Osaka won this morning. That was another good match. That won 3 sets. She beat Leylah Fernandez, or at least I think she did. Yeah, pretty sure Japan beat Canada this morning, but kill me in the comments if I'm wrong on that. I took a quick glance on that. I did watch a little bit of it yesterday, but didn't have a chance to see our beloved Japanese superstar playing over there in China. Such a huge star over there. Really sad to see. I don't think Zhang Jinwen, who is such a big draw in these Chinese tournaments for obvious reasons, don't think she's playing in this one because of her elbow injury. She may shut it down until the Australian Open, but I wish I could name all the players in my mind off the top of my head who's qualified for WTA finals. I'm sure I can name a few of them. Arina Sabalenka, Iga Swiatek, Coco Gauff, Jessica Pegula, and officially in my mind, that's all I know. That, uh, there's definitely a lot more. I think probably Emma Navarro maybe is qualified. I say probably, and then I immediately say maybe. Don't kill me in the comments on that. It's been a long day already here on Tuesday. Wuhan is a pretty massive tournament to end the season. I think after this, the players or some of them will go on to play in India in a tournament over there, and then come back and whoever's qualified for WTA finals will play in that. So I actually last year had a lot going on in the world this time last year, and I didn't get to watch WTA finals in Saudi Arabia. So this will be my first time to see how this goes as far as the time difference. We're always filming here in Dallas, Texas. If this is your first time watching here on Best Muscle Video on YouTube, getting your tennis analysis, thank you so much. Please hit the subscribe button. I know all the YouTubers say it, hit the subscribe button, but when you do that, it really makes a difference. So thank you for the support. I am under the assumption that these matches over WTA finals are going to be way in quote unquote terrible hours over here. Uh, Probably 2, 3, 4 in the morning. Even these matches in Wuhan are pretty darn early, but not too bad. Not terrible. But over there in the Middle East, maybe a different story. So we'll see how that goes. I am pretty sad to see the 18-year-old Mirra. Let me step off camera here. I got some work things going on. But yeah, it is kind of sad to see Mirra ousted in this one. So many things going on with work and all these types of things. As I stand here, I know there's a couple matches going on. I think Kostyuk played this morning. I didn't get a chance to see if she won on that one. The Ukrainian, who I love seeing play. The Ukrainian. Let's talk about Kostyuk for a little bit. Sorry, I had to step off camera there. Kostyuk is pretty much the only player I'm aware of, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments on this. Only player I'm aware of on the WTA tour who hits the underarm serve. It does come out every now and then. She tries to surprise her opponent. I would say about once every like 10 matches. So we'll see if she does that in China with the underarm serve. That came out. We saw an underarm serve against Iga Swiatek in the China Open about 10 days ago. It was like the first round of that tournament in Beijing, and Iga Swiatek, it definitely surprised her for sure. She was not ready for it. Well, she wasn't ready for it, but she got to it and was able to win the point, even though she was caught off guard with that. So underarm serve is really interesting. It's a shot that used to be looked down upon for sure, and now it's not. Uh, but it's an interesting shot. It's kind of like a trick play in the NFL, like a flea flicker. So it's more accepted now than it used to be. Uh, Back when Michael Chang did it, back in the 80s, I think, or maybe the early 90s, he did it because he had like a shoulder injury and he couldn't get, that full motion in the serve above his head. So he had to hit an underarm serve. But Nick Kyrgios probably made this underarm serve a thing, especially with those big serves that the men have. The players have to stand so far behind the baseline, and the underarm serve can be kind of effective there to try to get an ace when the players are so far back. I will leave you with that. Thank you so much. If you made it this far in the video, I really appreciate it. And Mirra Andreeva, hopefully she'll learn from this one. Very emotional Mirra. To be honest with you, lately kind of reminds me of Martin Hingis a little bit. A lot of talent there. Of course, Hingis was the #1 player in the world for so long. a long time, not as long as a Groff, excuse me, yeah, Groff or a Chris Everett or Navratilova or of course a Serena Williams. But Martina Hingis was number one for a while. We forget about these other number ones sometimes. Like Lindsay Davenport was number one in the world. Um, Hingis was number one for a while, and yeah, Hingis at the end of her career, when she retired, kind of in her prime a little bit. She was very emotional on a lot of matches, especially in the Grand Slam. So Mirra gets very emotional. It kind of reminds me of Hingis a little bit. So we'll see how Mirra does. I'm not sure if it's possible, and maybe this is why Mirra was so emotional today. She needed probably a few wins in this tournament to qualify for WTA finals, and she may miss out on that in the singles side. But she will be in Saudi Arabia because she's qualified. I heard she was qualified for doubles, so that'll be fun. We'll make sure we'll tune in and to Mirra and see how she does in the doubles. So we'll see how that goes. I will leave you with that. It is what is it? Monday afternoon or Tuesday afternoon? I think it's Tuesday afternoon, a couple of days before the Olympia, if you know what that is, and bodybuilding over there in Vegas. I think it starts on Thursday or Friday. It starts on this Friday. So just a few days away in Las Vegas. And yeah, make sure you lift today. I guarantee you these tennis players are in the gym almost every single day, definitely doing their routine to stay fit. And I will try to get in the gym today as well. Thank you for watching. Keep it here. Best muscle video on YouTube. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Come back often and ring the bell when you hit that subscribe button, and we will see you soon. Talk to you later. Tuesday afternoon, we'll be back. Wuhan Open just now starting over there in China.